Hey, green interwebs, this is Jackie K. Welcome back for more Pokémon XG. The mount battle videos are taking much longer than I expected, so I decided I'm just going to take care of Pokémon Purification today. And depending on when I decide to upload this would be the moment where I talk about my thoughts on the project as a whole. So, I done my main thoughts during the credits, so I wanted to talk a bit about the post game because I do think my overall experience with this game is good, but an unfortunate situation that seems to haunt me with RA games. The post game just I think I've just reached a point where I'm done, I'm ready to move on, but I can't just end things off quite yet. I want to end the series off on a high note, and off on somewhere that makes climatic sense instead of just on a whimper. Attempting to do Aura Coliseum didn't work into my favor, so I'm trying to finish off Mount Battle. A bit surprised of how tricky the final thing is. Granted, I'm not using the most optimal team in the world, and this is a hard mode mod. It's just in the past, like, it felt like before the post game, hard meant like I could fail a couple times, but after knowing what I'm going to get into, maybe a little optimization of my team, I'd be good to go. But it feels like with the post game, I'm just kind of reaching a point where using Pokemon that I want to use rather than the most optimal things is biting me in the butt to the point where I'm not sure if it's even possible. With Mount Battle at the very least, worst case scenario, I could just keep grinding up the levels of my team until I get to a point where I'm just strong enough to win by brute force. Or I could let myself actually use items, but if it gets to that point, I think it's just like a good sign for me to be done. And like, I haven't really had as much ambition to do videos as of late. If only because I've been so into the game design shenanigans that I'm currently working on. Granted, the fact that it's summer and it's been real hot the past few days, and I tried to record without AC or the fan running to make the video quality, or to make the quality of my voice come out better. Yeah, it's very hard to get myself motivated to actually go back and record, and not helped by the fact that it's kind of hard for me to even consider moving on to something else until I finish up what I started here. Like, I'm not completely opposed to canning a project if it gets to a point where I'm not getting anything out of it. But Pokemon XD is a special game to me, and I've had a lot of enjoyment with this playthrough. It's been a special playthrough for me just because it's allowed me to experience my favorite game through a new lens. So I want to at least see Mount Battle to the end. And I'd love to actually do Aura Coliseum. The problem is just like, I think like I might have mentioned in the Aura Coliseum video itself, my team's just not fit for the post game, and I'm not really ambitious enough to keep playing the game to make a completely new team. And like, even if I made a new team, they probably wouldn't have the EVs or IV, or they probably wouldn't have the effort values that the game expects out of me because I haven't used them for the entire playthrough. So it feels like I'm in a lose-lose either way, to the point of like, this is probably just something that I'm better off experiencing on my own time when and if I ever want to come back to this game. Yeah, I've been so caught up in my thoughts here that I haven't even been paying attention to the moves that are coming out. So yeah, even though it might interrupt the flow of the video, I might just I might stop what I'm doing with the editing of Mount Battle and just edit and upload this, because as I'm recording this, it's been a couple weeks since the last Pokemon XG video, and I'm starting to feel a little self-conscious about it because, like, I already took a significant hiatus. But, well, I wasn't even thinking about the hiatus between being the final boss and starting up the post-game, but just already feels like I've taken too many hiatuses in the middle of this project as is. So if I can upload something for you guys while I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do about Mount Battle, then so be it. So yeah, I guess, like, I've already made a community post, but I'm not sure if everyone sees them. If this does come out before the Mount Battle video, then the whole point of this is to say that there might be a delay in the final videos of this project, specifically because of everything I was ranting and rambling about. The fact that, like, I don't want to end off Pokemon XD, and I don't want to start up anything new until I beat Mount Battle. If I end up taking a really long time, maybe I'll start up a streaming series, but I definitely don't want to start up a new video series until finishing XD, even if I'm just stuck in Pokemon XD Purgatory, trying to figure out a way to beat Area 100. And that's not all the Shadow Pokemon we have, but I think the final two that I haven't purified, well, final three I suppose, would be fitting to actually put in the end as a final send-off to the series, especially because it doesn't feel like we've really had enough time to appreciate Shadow Lugia as is. I haven't really even looked at my move pool for Shadow Ho-Ho. Got Brave Bird, got Aurora Beam. That's pretty neat, to the point of, like, maybe I wouldn't mind using it if I haven't really, if it wasn't for the fact that I'd done everything else in the game by the time I got the Shadow Ho-Ho. I could take a closer look at the purified Pokemon moves. Because, like, this Lickitung has a pretty solid moveset. Power Whip, I'm not sure if that's a move we can normally learn, but at least it's fitting enough. It's, like, stretching the definition of the move, but it works for me. Belly Drum, Body Slam. And I guess Lick is just there for novelty. It does make me realize that, like, Lickitung needs a new signature move. Something that's like Lick, but more powerful. Because it feels like it's just been in the limelight for way too long. And you think it would have gotten a signature move that feels worth it. Because, like, Lick isn't even Lickitung signature move. It's shared it with Haunter, Ghastly, and Gengar since the beginning. And plenty of other Pokemon have got it since. Nothing too crazy with Solrock here. Like, Disable is a good substitute for the Shell Analysis that inevitably lost. Nothing else is too crazy, though. This was one of the first legendaries that we've purified from the post-game, so I guess it's worth taking a closer look at that. Cosmic Power, Recover. Dragon Breath feels kind of basic, but the only other thing I think you could give is Draco Meteor, and maybe they didn't want to do that. Plus, there's probably move tutors that could teach you to move. There is, like in the gate. I remember because I was just there trying to remodel my team. Okay, this is cool, giving it Moon Blast because it's like the moon. I never quite grasped my hands around the lore of Lunatone. Like, if it's supposed to actually be the moon, or if Solrock and Lunatone are just space rocks that resemble the sun and the moon. Like, obviously they're not the literal sun and the moon because, like, one, they still exist in real life, and once you catch them, there's multiple Pokemon. Two, there's actual Pokemon that exist these days that are the literal embodiment of the sun and moon. Well, not literal embodiment, but they're as close as they can get. Wobbuffet, pretty standard. Oh, Nightshade is pretty neat. That's a move that I'm pretty sure a Wobbuffet could normally never learn. Everything else is pretty standard fare for a Wobbuffet, but, like, that's how Wobbuffet works. nice shade. Having nice shade on it seems interesting. Like, it definitely puts a new spin on the Pokemon, if nothing else. And that's all I got for purifying today. It's a short video, rambling kind of all over the place. I don't even know if it's really worth sharing, but I figure it's better than nothing, because I feel like I'm not even done editing the video of the first 5 battles of Mount Battle, despite them being recorded so long ago. It doesn't help that, like, 95 to 100, I actually, for some reason, thought, cool, maybe I'll just do it in post-commentary. In hindsight, that feels like a mistake. But I'm definitely rambling now. All I'm doing is just standing around here, walking around. I don't need to take up your time anymore. So, I'll see y'all for the Mount Battle videos whenever they come out. Until then, take care.